Sorry about that, everybody. We had a little power issue, but we figured it out. So we are here in the bottom of the first. Score is 0-0, but Chargers with runner on second after he took a walk and then stole a base. Center fielder Shane Rorick at the plate. 1-0 count as he fouls that one off. Might have just hit a bird that was behind the net. Uh, 1-1 count, 1 out, runner on second. Rorick swings, hits that one to Beckham at second, and they get him, but runner does advance to third. So 2 outs now.
Now batting, the designated hitter number 18, Junior Perez.
It's number 18, Junior Perez, designated hitter for Almeta Crawford. Count is cleared up, 2 outs, bottom of the first. Once the broadcast cut out, I believe it cut out when Huddy was at the plate. He hit a little blooper out into left field, got down, and then I believe, was it Will?
I think so, yes.
I think Will, or Kennedy got hit. Kennedy got hit and hurt his hand, and then, but he's still at third, so he's pushing through it there. His count goes to 0-2. And then Africamp had a ground out to end the inning. Pitch in the dirt, but Carson picks it up well. So a ball and 2 strikes. Here's the 1-2. Matt finds the zone and gets him. So Aaron gets out of the inning, runner on third. We will head to the top of the first. This is China Spring Baseball, brought to you with China Spring Athletics. So Carson Garrett up to bat for the Cougs. Cougs looking to put some runs on the score board. Garrett comes in batting .284, 14 RBIs, but it feels like he just gets on base so much more than that batting average. feel like he's always finding a way to scrap out a hit, or he's beating somebody to the bag. That pitch low and in there makes the count 1-1. So we get Garrett with the 376 on base percentage, which makes more sense. He swings and he fouls that one off on the third base line.
Yeah, Garrett's been really like a fire starter for us. He can really get us going. He kind of comes up in big spots and just gets the fire lit for us to get hitting behind him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he likes to start these long runs that Cougs can sometimes go on.
Especially with Jacob behind him, it could be a really good fire starter.
And that's a good one. He's got a chance there. And he gets there. It throws over his head. He's going second. Helmet flies off, and he gets there in time. And that's what we're talking about. We're just talking about that. Carson's so good at just beating out throws, and helps that was a high throw there. As Ryan Hale's going to come out and pinch run for him. Jack Carson just hit a little chopper to the shortstop and was just able to beat that one out either way.
Yeah, and Jacob's a really streaky hitter. He can really get, once he's on, he is on. He was batting close to 500 at one point in the season.
Yeah, Listman now batting 366, which is still really good. The 469 on base percentage. He tries to lay down a bunt, but pitch is outside. Count is 0-1. Hale on second. No outs if the Cougs can find a way to advance a runner here. That would be pretty big time. Pulls back on that one. He takes it outside. Brings the count to 1-1.
We do have a few more umps than we did last game. We have 4 umps instead of 3.
Yeah, that's probably the most I think we've had all year. I mean, I could be completely wrong on that, but that off speed comes in for a strike. So count goes to 1-2 now. Westman shows bunt, pulls back. Oh, and he tries to swing at one outside. They get him on first, but Hale advances either way. So they're so worried about getting Westman out at first that Hale's able to advance the base. So good job by him knowing that he's able to go. And that's going to bring up number 13, Trey Glockson. Trey coming off a back injury, I believe. He's been out for a couple weeks, but he's coming in. I'm pretty sure he's playing left field today. Yep, that's him at left field. Trey bats 350 with 6 RBIs and a 426 on base percentage. And he'll take that first one outside for a ball. So 1 out. Got Hale on third. Infield playing very short.
They know Trey likes to bunt a lot. He's a really good bunter.
Very good bunter. He's going to take that pitch outside. For ball, but yeah, Glockson's really good at it. Hale's really good at it. Garrett is even good at it. Cougs have so many players who can just go out there, lay down bunts, play their role well. Really good job of advancing runners. Glockson takes that one outside. So the count is 3-0.
Got Caden, who goes really fast, so he can beat out virtually anything.
Yeah. Yeah, Cougs have very athletic team. They play the small ball thing really well. So he'll take that ball down the middle. So count is 3-1 now. Loxton swings through that off speed. Brings it to a full count. Loxton in a big spot here. And he swings, and that one's going to go through the gap. And that's an RBI single for Trey Gloxton. So Cougs put up the first run of the game here in the top of the second inning. That's Trey Gloxton. First at bat back from injury. So that's going to bring up number 2, Caden Beckham. Beckham batting 192 so far on the year. Throws back to Gloxton on first. Beckham shows bunt but pulls back. So 1-0 now. With one runner on, Beckham at the plate, we have D-Bell on deck. Beckham looked like he almost rushed that bunt a little bit, kind of leaned forward, tried to get a head start on the run, and he missed that one.
Okay.
Weaver throws back to first, but Gloxton's in there in time. It's 1-1 here to Beckham, 1 out. He shows bunt, and he fouls that one off just down the third base line. So 1-2. That off speed is off the plate. So good eye there by Beckham. And he hits that one. Gloxton jumps over it. But that will advance the runner and bring up make it 2 outs. So hit that right to the second baseman, Flash Ferguson, which is an awesome name.
Awesome
quite
name.
frankly, for a person that plays sports just in general. So yeah, that's going to bring up David Bell. D-Bell 2 outs, runner in scoring position is Gloxton. So if he can find a way to put one in a gap, Gloxton's got a good opportunity to score at this speed. And Bell rips that one. First baseman can't get a handle on it. Gloxton's coming home. And the right fielder's just going to eat the throw. So the Cougs score another run here in the second inning.
Now batting, the center fielder number 3, Hudson Brown.
And that's going to bring up number 3, Hudson Brown. Huddy had a single in that first inning. That was that last at bat before we cut off. So now D-Bell on first. 2 outs here, 2 runs across the board. And Hudson swings at that one and pushes that to left field, and that stays fair. So Davin's going to stay at third, but that's going to be a double for Hudson Brown. So he's 2 for 2 so far. So now 2 runners in scoring position. going to bring up Hayes Herring. Hayes with the, I believe it was a ground out in that first inning. Two outs here, runners on second and third. Herring rips that one, but it's just foul. That would have brought home two. But instead, it will be strike one. And he takes that pitch high. He takes that pitch off plate for a ball. So 2-1 count, 2 outs to Hayes Herring. He takes that pitch on the inside. So 3-1 count now. Cougs opportunity to keep putting it on. And he hits that one to the center fielder. He's chasing. And he gets under it, and that'll end the inning. So Cougs 2 runs across, but 2 runners left on as we move to the bottom of the second. You're watching China Spring Baseball with China Spring Athletics Broadcasting. And we are back in the bottom of the second. Your score is 2-0. Cougs currently have the lead as that one's fouled off right back here into these bleachers. So Hayes Herring on the mound. That pitch is low. At the plate, catcher Nico Hart for the Chargers. Ump calls time there. So counts 1-1. Pitch is low. So 2-1 count. No outs to the first batter at the bottom of the second. That one will miss low as well. So Herring will start it off the same way as he did last inning with the walk.
Now batting, the second baseman number 6, Flash Ferguson.
And Beckham will walk out there, so we will go to a quick little break. And we'll be right back after this mound visit. So after that quick little mound visit, it's going to bring up second baseman Flash Ferguson. Flash, just a sophomore, comes in batting .261 and was the district pitcher of the year. So he shows bunt here. And he tries to lay one and he misses. Garrett goes for the back pick, couldn't get it. Throw was low, but he might have been able to have him if he put a good throw there.
Was the right idea, just not executed to par.
Yeah, that's just how it goes, but count is 0-1.
There is already action in Almeta Crawford's bullpen.
Herring throws first, but nothing going on. He throws back to first again, but bit of a courtesy throw. So he still shows bunt, but pulls back on the low throw. And Ferguson pulls the bunt back. So 2-1 count. He pulls back again. So 3-1 count to Flash Ferguson. Ferguson lays down a bunt. And he's going to get there. Hit it right in between Haferkamp and Herring. And they weren't sure what to do. Will took off for it, then kind of backed off. Herring thought he was going to go get it. So Flash Ferguson will get there on the bunt. That puts runners on first and second. That's going to bring up Crew, the grandeur. Shows bunt, and that pops up just right behind us. So that'll be a strike. So count is 0-1. No outs here in the bottom of the second. 2 runners on for Almeta Crawford. Shows bunt. Pulls back, and that pitch is a little low. Brings the count to 1-1. That pitch is low. That first base umpire says that he pulled it back in time, so the count's 2-1 now. Shows bunt, but he pulls back, and that one is over the plate. 4 strike 2, so 2-2 count. He'll throw to second, but won't be able to get him. So he swings through the 2-2 pitch, and that'll get him. So Herring with the second strikeout of the day. That's going to bring up the third baseman, Luis Gomez. Gomez coming in batting .232, first team all-district catcher. As that will end Herring's pitching today. So 2 innings, or 2.5 innings, or 1.5 inning, goodness. 1.5 innings pitched, and Jack Kennedy will come out and he'll warm up. So while he's doing that, we will go on mute. You're watching China Spring Baseball with China Spring Athletics Broadcasting. So we are back again in the bottom of the second. Jack Kennedy now on the mound. 1 out. And count is 1-0 to Luis Gomez. 2 runners on, 1 on first, 1 on second. He swings. And Will throws. Oh, and we couldn't get the transfer over, but they will get the out. So that'll put runners on the corners. Beckham fumbled the transfer.
Now batting, first baseman number 7, Alec.
So that'll bring up number 7, Alec Baldo. So runners on the corners, but 2 outs now. Kennedy so far on the mound. 6 innings pitched. There it goes. Yeah, sorry. Man, there was a good bit of issues there in that little break we just took, but we figured it out. So hopefully it's not as you're not watching the game at 1 frame per second. Now it should be back to normal. Hopefully, at least. So Cougs, yes, up 2-0 here in the top of the third. Jack Kennedy leading us off. Kennedy also just went to the mound, was able to get us out of a tough situation. Runners on first and third. That pitch finds the zone. And that pitch finds the outside of the zone, makes it count 2-2. So new pitcher now on the mound is Aiden Hernandez. Hernandez comes in, he's a senior, 33 innings pitched, 1.27 ERA, and second team all-district pitcher. And that one misses outside. It's the first batter for him, and that's a walk for Jack Kennedy. Got hit last time and took a walk this time. And that brings up Will Haferkamp. On his last at-bat had a ground out. And that was that right after we cut off?
I think so.
Yeah. So y'all weren't able to see it, but he did ground out. And his foot slipped whenever he was trying to take off to first, so would have been tough to get there either way. And that's a low pitch, and he's just going to eat it. Kennedy's going to take second. So Kennedy now in scoring position for Haferkamp, the team leader of RBIs with 28. He shows bunt, but he pulls it back. That one was low in the turf. So 2-0 now. And he throws back, and that's a wild throw. But Kennedy's gonna stay. So yeah, I see that our broadcast is starting to skip again. I'm not sure. We will fix it here in a second. The next stoppage. So Will takes that one for a ball. So the count's 3-0, no outs. Kennedy on second. Cougs up 2-0 right now.
And this bat is not going anywhere, I would think.
Oh, you would imagine. He sits here, yeah, and he does. Keeps it on the shoulder there. So he pulls back on that one. It's gonna show a bunt, but that one was inside. So Haferkamp will take a walk. That's back-to-back walks for Aiden Hernandez. That brings up Carson Garrett. Garrett was able to beat out the throw. His last at-bat hit a little chopper to shortstop. And yeah, he was able to beat the throw and then took second off of a bad throw. Now he's got an opportunity with 2 runners on. That's Jack Kennedy and Will Haferkamp. 2 really good athletes on the base path. Kennedy takes off. And that was a great jump. So both runners get the steal, and now there is no outs. Runners Two runners in scoring position. So Garrett's showing bunt. Pulls back. And he takes that one for a strike. So 1-1 count now. Garrett shows bunt again. And he swings that one. He fouls that one off to the Almeta Crawford dugout. So 1-2 now. He takes that one low. He takes that one outside again. So 2-2. Or sorry, 3-2. And Garrett sits a little chopper to third. He tries to beat that out, but they will keep the runners on second and third, and they get Garrett.
Now batting, the shortstop number 1, Jacob Lessman.
So that'll bring up Jacob Lessman. He got out on a drop third strike. His last at bat, but Hale was able to score. Or sorry, advanced to third on that one. So Jacob shows bunt but pulls back on the pitch outside. Lessman showing bunt. He pulls back. He swings at that one low. So 1-1 now, one out. Runners on second and third. Cougs looking to drive in these two runs. Run up that score. Lessman takes that pitch outside and low. One thing so far with Hernandez, kind of throwing it a little outside, I mean, with that, the way he pitches, his pitching motion, when you see pitchers that are like that, that are on, they love finding the zone, but if not, then they could sometimes be a little wild.
Yeah, and his motion his arm kind of drags behind him,
Yeah.
so as his body's turning, his arm's still back there, so could be a little bit of an issue for there.
Yeah, I know when you find the zone, you're finding the zone, but right now, he seems to be fighting from behind. So Lessman swings and he hits that one to the first baseman. First baseman will tag him. Oh, and they say that he got him, but it looked like he avoided the tag. But either way, Jack Kennedy comes home to score. So the Cougs make it 3-0. So an RBI ground out for Lessman. That's going to bring up number 13, Trey Glockson. Glockson had in RBI in his first swing back from injury and stole a base right after. And Haferkamp is now on third with 2 outs. And when he takes that one on the inside of the zone for a strike.
There's action again in the Almeta Crawford's bullpen again, so.
That one inside and low. Takes it for a ball. Count is 1-1. that one hits him. That's where he's been missing so far today, and that's where Trey Glocks was standing in that left batter's box. And so that'll put runners on the corners. As Caden Beckham
The second baseman, number 2,
comes up to the plate.
Good thing he had that play sheet in the back of his thing. Kind of saved him from a boo-boo right there.
Yeah, I was going to say he took that one right off the cheek. So 2 outs, runners at the corners. Haverkamp steals home, and he gets there. Ball goes by, and Glockson moves to third. Bold. Haverkamp gets there. He would have been safe either way.
Yeah, not sure if that counts as a pitch, though. May have stepped off and just
I think he stepped off because he looked back at second. My goodness, reminds me of a scene from Rookie of the Year.
Yep.
Takes that pitch outside. So Cougs 2 runs in this inning. Score is 4-0 after Haverkamp stole home.
Coach Beckham really likes to play the mind game, especially
yeah.
and playing small ball, kind of throw you for a loop, especially when we had that bunt formation with the.
And he hits that up the middle. And that's a bad throw. So Beckham takes off. And he slides into second safely. And it's another run comes across to score. Hernandez hit it right up the, Beckham hit it right up the middle. Hernandez on the mound, not able to turn around in time and grab it. So 2 outs now, Cougs up 5-0. As David Bell comes to the plate. So Beckham on second after the bad throw. Bell will take that pitch for a strike. Oh, and that one hits him. So took that in a similar spot as Glockson. So runners on first and second. That brings up Hudson Brown.
Another left-handed hitter.
So they will send out, or the coach will walk out. So we'll take this time to try and adjust our settings here real quick. So we are back after that little mound visit. Hopefully it is, not skipping around like it has been earlier. So I apologize for that. And so runners on first and second. 3 runs came across so far this inning. Hudson Brown is at the plate. Runners on first and second. Hernandez, good pitch there.
Hey, let's go, Hud.
So swings past that one. He takes that one low. And that one finds the zone. So 1-2 now, 2 outs. Hernandez looks to get out of this inning and end the damage the Cougars have done so far. He takes a long look in. And Hudson will call time. Oh, wow. That one nearly hit him, but called that a strike. Must have broke back into the zone. So that ends the inning. And so we move to the bottom of the third. Cougs bring in 3 runs, but 2 runners left on. This is China Spring Baseball with China Spring Athletics Broadcasting. So we are here in the bottom of the third. Hudson Brown on the mound now for your Cougs. Huddy comes in, 18 innings pitched, .78 ERA with .94 whip. So very good numbers for Hudson Brown. And number 8, Landon Lim, will come up to the plate. He had a walk last time to start off the game. So yeah, top of the order for Almeta Crawford. Score is 5-0. And he takes that first pitch low for a ball. So your Cougs put up 3 runs in the last half inning. That one is hit very high to the first baseman, Herron getting it, and he will bring it in for the first out of the inning. So 2 pitches, 1 out for Huddy. And that brings up number 2, Chris Anderson. Or no, they're gonna have a pinch hitter. So that's number 3, Alan Keaton.
Your attention.
He said it's not yours.
So that pitch comes in low. That pitch finds the low part of the zone. Hey, kind of looked a little low there, but Brown's going to take that one. So 1-1 count, 1 out here in the bottom of the third. And that pitch misses high to Alan Keaton. Pinch hitter.
Very tall.
Yes, he is. He is very tall, very similar build to Conley's receiver, Jamarion Vincent. I believe he is committed to Baylor, but these are 2 very similar looking people. And that pitch finds the zone, so makes the count full. And he hits that one well, and that's just barely stays fair. And
Evo
Bell
just-
couldn't get that, and he's going 3. And Lessman gets it. And so he has a triple. So great that hit there. Bounced about a foot fair and into the fence. Bell couldn't fully stop, so he ran into the fence and was able to get it in on time.
Almost ran through the fence.
Almost ran through the fence, yeah. Davin's not a small dude. He's strong, he's pretty big, so that fence, I'm sure that fence felt it. So Hoodie's pitch finds the zone there. It's number 17, Shane Rurick. So now a runner on third, 1 out here in the bottom of the third. That off speed is low. Counts 1-1 now. Bag pick attempt. But nothing really going there. So 2-1 count now. That pitch is low again. So 3-1. And that pitch finds the upper part of the zone. Makes the count full. And that off speed finds the zone. Good pitch there, broke in last second. So that is the first strikeout for Hudson Brown. And that brings up number 18, the designated hitter, Junior Perez. 2 outs now, runner on third. Crawford looking to get their first run of the game as that fastball finds the zone.
We've really been able to face the adversity of having people on third and second and scoring positions, and our pitching's really stepped up.
Yeah, they've done a good job of, once people get in those spots, they've done a good job of being able to get out of them in the inning. Kennedy did a really good job last inning. And Hayes did a good job in the that first inning as well. That 1-1 pitch is fouled off directly at me and Brody.
Didn't even flinch.
Yeah, I did. I got scared. But either way, count is 1-2. Runner on third. And he hits a little chopper to second. Kennedy charges. Toss to first, and that ends the inning. So Cougs get out of another spot. Runner on third, and they get out of it as we move to the top of the fourth. Your Cougs up 5-0 over Almeta Crawford. And we will go into a quick little break. This is China Spring Athletics Broadcasting.
We know it's baseball season, but don't blink. Football will be here before you know it. Friday nights, Cougar football. The 2026 season brings a new district. Burnett, Stephenville, Marble Falls, Gerald, and Lampasas. And this fall, under the lights at Cougar Stadium, we welcome the Gatesville Hornets, Brownwood Lions, Burnett Bulldogs, Marble Falls Mustangs, and the Lampasas Badgers. The bands, the crowd, the lights. Every game, every Friday night. Live.
So we are here in the top of the fourth. New pitcher on the mound for the Chargers. That's number 2, Chris Anderson.
AKA Lawrence Butler, spitting image of
Yeah.
Lawrence Butler. Plays for the Oakland A's.
So Chris Anderson, yeah, the junior was a first-team All-District outfielder, so don't have any stats for him on the mound. So we will be seeing this together. So Herring up to the plate now. Cougs up 5-0. And so hopefully the video is much better now. We've changed it multiple times. So you know, I hope to y'all that that it starts working a little bit better here. So Hayes takes that second pitch for a strike. So it is a 2-2 count, or sorry, 1-1 count now. He rips that one up the middle. And he'll get the leadoff single. He took that pitch and sent it right back where it came from. And that brings up Jack Kennedy. Okay, perfect. I'm happy it looks better. Hopefully it stays that way and nothing else changes, but should be good. So, you know, next time something like that happens,
We know exactly.
I was about to say, we know exactly what to do now. That first pitch comes in high. That one comes outside. 4-2 to Kennedy. Kennedy took a hit in the hand. Looked like he was hurting earlier. But he seems to be doing much better now. That pitch is high as well. So 3-0 count here. On top of the fourth, Cougs looking to just keep running up that score. 3 in the third and 2 in the second. And Kennedy will take that 4-pitch walk. So runners on first and second now for Will Haverkamp. Team's RBI leader. So they will have a pinch runner at second. That is Vicente Morales. Vicente, freshman, real athletic, really quick. So he took the spot of Hayes Herring. And that pitch is a strike. Haverkamp pulled the bunt back, but it finds his own anyway. Will swings through that one. Makes it 0-2 count now. I think he put a good swing on it, just not quite able to get a hold of it. He steps off, looks towards second. Vicente's there in time, so he doesn't even throw. Catcher's gonna go out there and talk to him just for a second, make sure they're on the same page. The sun is starting to come out a little bit. This is
Needs to warm up the field.
Maybe just a little bit. It's not too bad out here. Much better than that last game I was at in the game 1 of Lampasas, so I'm not complaining. And Haverkamp does a good job of laying off that pitch. So 1-2 count now. Runners on first and second, no outs. In the top of the fourth. Anderson steps off. And Will hits that one well out to left field. Left fielder going back, and that one bounces, hits the wall. And so Kennedy's coming home. Vincente scores. And Kennedy's gonna score as well. Will Hafferkamp struck that one really well as two come across. Score goes 7-0. And that brings up Carson Garrett. Yeah, Will took a hold of that one and just pulled it right over the left fielder's head. So yeah, that'll bring up Carson Garrett. No outs. Hafferkamp's on second now.
Maybe bunting here.
Maybe, yep.
That'll drop. Oh, yeah.
That one's going to get there. And Garrett's there in time, so a great bunt. And that puts runners on the corners and brings up Jacob Lessman.
Now batting, the shortstop number 1, Jacob Lessman.
So Ryan Hale's going to come in and pinch run for Carson Garrett.
Big spot for what Jacob. He's due. I mean, the past few games hasn't been really hitting very well, so he is due. He's a really good hitter, so looking for a big hit right here from Jacob.
Just one of the things of baseball is, you know, the ebbs and flows, as I've heard JB say. And Lessman lays down a good bunt, and Hale's going to get to second, so that'll advance both runners and be the first out of this inning. And that brings up Trey Glockson.
Now batting, the center fielder number 13, Trey Glockson.
Glockson's played well so far. 2 hits, 2 singles. They're in his first game back.
A really good bunter here too. He can really square one up and put it down a line and keep it in there.
Yeah, he's very good at bunting. That's one of the things that I feel like he shows time and time again. So he takes that first pitch low for a ball. Pitch is outside. So Hafferkamp and Hale on third and second. Glockson already has 1 RBI today. Can he add to that total? He swings and hits a little chopper to first. And he looks home, but he will score Hafferkamp. So Hafferkamp comes across, makes it 8-0. So an RBI ground out for Glockson. And Hale moves to third. So Caden Beckham comes up to the plate with 2 outs. And again, Hale on third. Beckham takes that first pitch outside. Catcher does a good job of reaching out for that one. That one gets by him on the outside pitch. Hale runs home. It looked like he got under the tag, and they're going to say he's out. So a good hustle there by Nico Hart, getting back there, pretty much sliding backwards and getting the throw. So that ends the inning. Cougs score is now 8-0. 3 runners come across as we head to the bottom of the 4th. This is China Spring Baseball with China Spring Athletics Broadcasting. So we are back here in the bottom of the fourth. Your Cougs up 7-0 over the Almeta Crawford Chargers. And he swings and misses at that first pitch. Nico Hart at the plate to catch that, just made the play that ended the fourth inning. So the score should be 7-0. And so yeah, we have that on our side, but scoreboard here says it's 8-0, but Hale did get out on that play at the plate. So 0-2 count now. And that one's fouled back into the net. Coach Beckham hustling over, grabbing the ball. Said that he still got it, so 0-2 count. And he swings through that one. Great pitch. And that sends him back to the dugout. So another strikeout for Hudson Brown. That brings out number 6, Flash Ferguson, second baseman. And that pitch is high. Ball 1. So 1-0, 1 out in the bottom of the fourth. This batter calls time. And he swings through that one. Good pitch there. That is a good looking off speed that gets him to go. Tried to pull it back, not able to. 1-2 pitch misses high. Evens it up at 2-2. And curveball misses high and outside. Huddy trying to pitch quickly there. Here's a 3-2. And that one misses just high, so Flash Ferguson will go to first.
In the Flash socks.
In the Flash socks. He's wearing Flash socks.
That's pretty awesome.
So number 10, Crew the Grandeur, will come up to the plate now. First pitch misses low. That pitch comes in high with the fastball. So 2-0 count now. Runner on first. Flash Ferguson doesn't seem like somebody just going off his name that you want to have on base.
Yeah.
That pitch is fouled back. Back behind us. So 2-1 count now to LeGrandeur. That pitch misses just high. So 3-1 count now. That pitch misses high as well, so the Grandeur will take the walk, and Garrett will go out there and talk to a little bit, and Coach Lessman will come out as well. So we will go on mute here for a second, and we will be right back. So we are back after that quick little mound visit from Coach Lessman. And that brings up number 16, Luis Gomez, the third baseman. And that pitch finds the zone. So Huddy gotta work to try and get back ahead. He did a great job last inning of, working ahead, and he wasn't fighting from behind really at all. But so far here, 2 walks. And that one is grounded to Haferkamp. He picks it up and throws the first. Doesn't get anything.
Did they call him safe?
I'm not sure they called him safe. So I guess Haferkamp didn't touch the bag.
I thought he did.
I'm not sure, but Coach Beckham's walking over there to talk to that third base umpire. So I'm not sure. I guess Haferkamp, just in the confusion of things, may have just forgotten, or maybe he did touch the bag.
I thought he had touched it with his toe and threw it over first.
But if he didn't touch it, that's understandable, because the third baseman umpire is not really watching anything other than that.
Yeah, especially with 3 umpires just watching their bag. I mean,
Now batting, the first baseman, number 7.
So yeah, just a bit of a error there. But that loads the bases and brings up number 7, Alec Baldo. So bases loaded, 1 out. Huddy's first pitch, and that's hit into the gap. So 1 run comes across, but they get it in time. They're saying it hits the runner's foot, which would make sense because it kind of took an interesting hop. And I figured it was nothing, but yeah, that would make sense because it got real close to the runner.
that's why when that ball was hit over at second base, Trey had to kind of jump over it so it wouldn't hit his foot.
I was about to say, I didn't really see if it hit his foot, but that would make sense because Kennedy was headed straight towards it, and then he kind of had to jump off to his left. So yeah, they will call the out, say that it hit the runner's foot. So the runner on second he will head back to the dugout.
Still scores.
I was about to say, yeah, but 1 run still comes across. I believe, unless they're sending him back.
Oh.
So he'll send the runner that was on third back to, that was on second back to third. So yeah, they will send Flash Thompson back to, not Flash Thompson. Flash Ferguson back to third, and they will take away that run, I believe. I'm not sure. I feel like
Now batting, the shortstop, number 8, Landon Lynn.
Kind of a weird situation.
Yeah, weird situation. I feel like I haven't seen that before. So runners on first and third as that one is hit out to center field. And he will come under it and get it. So that'll end the inning. Still unsure if they're going to say that run came across or not, but I'm pretty sure that's not going to count. So anyways, we will head to the top of the 5th. This is China Spring Baseball with China Spring Athletics Broadcasting.
When I started school sports, I didn't know who I wanted to be. I just wanted to play.
But looking back, I developed character, resilience, and integrity. And now I'm settled in a career. I'm a leader to my own kids and my community. I know who I am and where I belong, and it started with school sports. I found my place. Find yours.
This message presented by the UIL and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
So we are back with some China Spring baseball. Score is 8-0, so that run did not count. I was pretty sure it didn't. Not 100% sure. I've never seen that in my short experience of broadcasting baseball games. But Caden Beckham comes up to the plate. Chris Anderson still on the mound. Beckham will take that first pitch, and it will be a called strike in the upper part of the zone. So Cougs up 8-0 here in the top of the fifth. Beckham hits that one up the middle. Shortstop does a good play, and he throws it to first and gets him in time. So good job by him getting over and scooping it up and making the good throw. But that brings up number 8, David Bell. Infield shifting over, playing the pull. Bell takes that first pitch for a strike. And he rips that one. They played the shift, and he still find a way to beat it. So Bell with the single. He can rip that one. That brings up number 3, Hudson Brown. Footwork there on that swing was different. Not sure if we've got any golfers, but he kind of something called the Scotty shuffle. His foot kind of slid back, and it's very similar to the footwork of Scotty Scheffler. But if y'all have if y'all have never seen it and y'all were able to see that swing well, that was exactly what that looked like. His back foot kind of slid and he came backwards almost, and that's why he was able to pull that one so far inside. And so two balls, no strikes now.
It is a thing of beauty. That is why he is number 1 in the world.
World rankings, yeah. But he takes that off speed. They say that finds the zone. So 2-1 count now, 1 out. D-Bell on first. Huddy swings, hits that one to Flash Ferguson, but Huddy gets there in time. Ball was dropped, not sure what that's going to be ruled as.
Well, I think he was there.
I think he was there too, but.
Oh, they're coming in a pinch runner.
Yes. So not sure who the runner is.
Mason Warner.
Yeah, Mason Warner coming out. So he will pinch run. So here's Hayes Herring. Oh, and he fouls that one. Or sorry, not fouls that one. He hits that one straight up in the air to the pitcher, and that'll end the inning. So 1 runner left on as we move to the bottom of the 5th. This is China Spring Baseball with China Springs Athletic Broadcasting.
We know it's baseball season, but don't blink. Football will be here before you know it. Friday nights, Cougar football. The 2026 season brings a new district: Burnett, Stephenville, Marble Falls, Gerald, and Lampasas. And this fall, under the lights at Cougar Stadium, we welcome the Gatesville Hornets, Brownwood Lions, Burnett Bulldogs, Marble Falls Mustangs, and the Lampasas Badgers. The bands, the crowd, the lights. Every game, every Friday night. Live, right here on YouTube. Like and subscribe. This is your home for Cougar football. Protect the brand.
So we are back in the bottom of the 5th with China Spring baseball. Your score is 8-0. Cougs up right now. Hudson Brown on the mound. As that first pitch comes in low to Chris Anderson, who's currently on the mound for the Chargers. And he takes that pitch low as well. So 2-0 count as the wind's starting to pick up here a little bit. And as that sun goes down, the temperature drops. So if you hear my voice shaking a little bit, you know why. That pitch finds the zone on the inside, so 2-1 count now. That one is fouled off. Hit well. Just a little late on it.
Batter stance is like is now still like looking to push it the other way. Angled towards left field.
The pitch misses outside. So a full count now to the first batter of the bottom of the 5th. And that one misses low, so Anderson will draw a walk. And that brings up center fielder number 17, Shane Rourke. Off speed comes in high. Ball 1. That is a good fastball. Rourke thought about going, but didn't fully commit to it because it's 1-1. That pitch was looked pretty down the middle to me, so not sure why Rourke decided to pull back, but he went on that one. So 1-2 count. Runner on first is Anderson.
It's fine. It's fine.
1-2 misses low, but Garrett stops it. So 2-2 count here. And that pitch just misses. Huddy put his hands on his knees, thought that one had him.
Too bad we don't have ABS challenge like the MLB does.
Yeah, it's just, that's tough. It's tough, but all you can do is get your mind focused back again and throw another. That one was a good pitch, just fouled off. So full count, no outs. That one misses inside, so another walk. So runners on first and second, and that brings up number 18, Junior Perez. So 2 batters up at the plate and 2 walks so far in the bottom of the 5th. He shows bunt and he fouls that one off. Shows bunt again. And he throws the second, but runner took off. Looked like they were trying to get him in a pickle, but the high throw kind of gave Anderson an opportunity to take third. He did, so runners on the corners now, no outs. But a 0-2 count here, Junior Perez.
nice ups by Jacob over that second. Had to really do a double jump right there.
Yeah, he had to get up on that one. That pitch was high. So 1-2 now. It's Perez. Gibbs looking to keep him off the board. They've done a good job so far of, getting out of situations like this. And that one is hit to Haverkamp at third. And Herring picks it up well, but one run will come across. Slow throw and a good pickup by Herring. But a run will score, and that'll advance a runner. And that brings up the catcher, Nico Hart. So one out now. And a runner on second. That pitch is fouled off to the right. And that off-speed misses high and comes back to the net. So the runner will advance to third. So here's the 1-1. That misses high as well. So 2-1 count to Hart. Runner on third, they're looking to score in this run. And that one's hit well, but Lessman reacts great. And he grabs the liner. So good little reaction there, and the runner stays at third. And that brings up number 6, Flash Ferguson. I was thinking about it because I called him Flash Thompson earlier, and I couldn't think of where that name came from, but I realized shortly after, I'm pretty sure that's a character in Spider-Man. So, Flash Ferguson, I'll get that right next time. So that first pitch, he takes a low forward ball. Garrett does a good job stopping that one. 2 outs, runner on third. Huddy looking to get out of this one without allowing another one. And that pitch will be in for a strike. Looked like a little check swing there for Ferguson. I think it was going to be a strike either way. That off-speed comes in low. 2-1. Huddy up to 60 pitches now. That fastball just outside. So 3-1, Ferguson. And he swings through that off speed. Good pitch there. 3-2 count now. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th, I believe. Yes. Oh, and that off speed just misses the plate. So Ferguson will take the walk and Beckham will walk out. I believe he called somebody from the bullpen, but we will go muted as they discuss here, so we will be back shortly. So we are back with some China Spring baseball. Putty Brown is done pitching for the day, and that brings in Eli Anderson. Anderson, I just saw it and I lost my stat sheet. There it is. 26 innings pitched, 3.23 ERA, and that first pitch is hit to center field, and Putty Brown just tastes that one. So one pitch, and that ends the inning. So we will go to the top of the sixth. Cougs are up 8-1. This is China Spring baseball with China Spring Athletics Broadcasting. So we are back with China Spring baseball here in the top of the sixth. Your Cougs are up 8-1. And the Almeta Crawford Chargers. I believe that's Jack Kennedy to lead off the inning. The first pitch is inside and he takes off. So it is Jack Kennedy, then Will Haferkamp, and then Carson Garrett. That pitch misses low. Cougs up 8-1. Looking to continue to close out this game strongly. Kennedy swings, hits that well, but the right fielder comes under and he gets that one. So pretty good hit there, just unfortunately directly to that right fielder. So that brings up number 19, Will Haferkamp. And Will with his last at-bat, that RBI double. That gives him his 30th RBI on the year, so congratulations to him. So Will swings at that first pitch, hits it to Flash Ferguson, and Ferguson makes the simple throw. So one pitch at bat there, and that brings up Carson Garrett.
This is the time to get a rally going so he can get 3 runs and at least run rule them.
Yeah, 3 runs here would be big. Cougs haven't seen their really, well, that I can think of. I'm a pretty forgetful person, but haven't seen their two-out magic here in a little bit. So would love to see that here. As Carson Garrett takes that first pitch low. That pitch finds the zone. So 1-1 count, 2 outs quickly here to Garrett. Is Chris Anderson still on the mound? Only at 33 pitches. He's been pitching for a while though. And one misses low and outside. Misses.
Almost called it.
Yeah, he
tried to play it off.
He turned like he wanted to call that a strike, but
thank goodness he didn't.
Didn't actually call anything. So 3-1 count now to Garrett as he lays off that one, and he will draw the walk. So that'll bring up Jacob Lessman.
Now batting, the shortstop number 1.
I believe Hale will come out. Yeah, he will come out to pinch run. So Jacob Lessman up to bat. Winds died down a little bit. That American flag in the back no longer waving.
Thank goodness it was getting pretty
Yeah,
chilly.
it was a little brisk. Jacob swings that first one and hits it over the second baseman's head, and it drops. So Hale's going to stay at second as the center fielder kind of fumbles the ball, so he probably could have got that if he wanted to. But either way, Lessman gets his first hit of the day.
Now batting, center fielder number 13, Trey Glockson.
That brings up number 13, Trey Glockson. So runners on first and second. 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. Glockson swings at the first pitch, hits it right to the first baseman. He fumbles it, and he's not able to get it. He throws home. So he makes a good play of throwing home well, but that will be an error. And that'll bring up number 2, Caden Beckham.
Number 2, Caden Beckham.
So bases loaded now, 2 outs. Caden's got an opportunity to bring home some runs. And Beckham will kind of check swing on that first pitch. So 1 strike now to Beckham. And he swings, and that one's going to get over. And that drops right in front of the left fielder. And so 2 runners come across to score. So a 2 RBI single for Caden Beckham. That brings the Cougars lead to 9. It is 10-1.
Right fielder number 8.
Man, it starts getting cold. I start fumbling my words. And so runners on first and second now as the Cougars driving 2 runs there. It's a 2 RBI single from Beckham. And David Bell at the plate now.
This is a guy who you want up with runners in scoring position.
Yes, you do, Davin's able to make plays. So he takes that first pitch for a ball. Davin takes that pitch inside, so good eye there. Not seeing what we saw in his last at bat where he almost like slid backwards in order to pull that one in between a gap. He takes that pitch, but that will be a called strike on the outside of the zone.
Hitters count right here, 2-1.
Yep, and this infield playing very far to the right. There is a giant gap between short and third. And I lost the ball.
And it's
Davin hit it well, but
foul.
yeah, that was foul. I couldn't see that one the entire way.
The gray skies.
Gray sky. Kind of lose the ball there. But 2-2 now. Runners on first and second. And Bell swings at that one, but can't quite get it. So that'll end the inning. 2 runs come across and 2 are left on as we head into the bottom of the 6th. This is China Spring Baseball with China Springs Athletic Broadcasting. So we are back here in the bottom of the 6th. Cougs now up 10-1. Eli Anderson still on the mound as that first pitch is hit out to right field. They kind of, oh gosh, I thought Kennedy was about to run straight into Herring, but Herring's able to grab that one. And so that is the first out of the inning on one pitch.
Eli has gotten 2 outs on 2 pitches, which is pretty solid. Hopefully he can keep that up.
I was about to say, talk about great pace. It's exactly what you're looking for. And that pace is slowly getting worse after that pitch is called ball. And that pitch is low in the turf. So pinch hitter here for the Chargers, I believe that is Lathan Jones, as he is a 2-0 count. And he hits a little chopper to Anderson, and Anderson makes a quick throw. So 2 quick outs so far. And that brings us back to the top of the order for the Chargers. It's number 8, Landon Lim, shortstop.
Now batting, the shortstop number 8, Landon Lim.
I believe he's came up twice, maybe 3 times, and he's walked every single time. And he swings at that first one. Herring makes a great diving play.
Oh, and he's
holding his face.
Or his hand.
Or it was hard to tell. Looks like he might have landed weird, so we're going to go on break here.
When I started school sports, I didn't know who I wanted to be. I just wanted to play.
But looking back, I developed character, resilience, and integrity. And now I'm settled in a career. I'm a leader to my own kids and my community. I know who I am and where I belong, and it started with school sports. I found my place. Find yours.
This message presented by the UIL and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
And we are back after that quick little break. Hayes Herring comes down, is holding his hand. So hopefully he's okay. That brings in Gage Sandoff.
Happy birthday to Gage Sandoff. Quick little shout out to Gage. Today is his birthday.
A little
big 1-7.
And some birthday playing time at first base. So 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Jordan Lynn now on first. Anderson's pitch is fouled off. Their third place coach makes a good little play on it. Try to snag it with one hand. Not perfectly clean, but you know, something like that.
Done.
Yeah, I mean you don't have a glove. That's gonna fly. It's not bad. So 0-1 count here. That next pitch misses just outside. So 1-1 count. And man, now that the wind died, it is kind of quiet out here.
Yeah.
So I just think it's hilarious.
You can even hear the soccer game that's going on behind us.
That pitch is fouled off, and Carrick catches it. So count is 1-2 now. Anderson so far has pitched well, stayed ahead of the count, or stayed ahead of the batter so far. And he swings at that one low, and that'll be the third out of the inning. So a strikeout ends the bottom of the 6th. We still have 1 inning to play. Your Cougs up 10-1. And we will head to the top of the 7th. This is China Spring Baseball with China Spring Athletic Broadcasting. So we are back here in the top of the 7th. Score is 10-1. Cougs have the lead right now. Chris Anderson still on the mound for the Chargers. And Huddy Brown is the first batter up for the Cougs. He takes that first pitch for a strike. And he swings, he hits that one right to the second baseman. He makes a quick throw. So, 2-pitch at bat there. That brings up the birthday boy. Gage Sandoff, his first at bat of the day. Comes in batting 300. He's 3 for 10 with 6 RBIs in his 3 at bats. So that's a good number there. So he takes that first pitch for a ball. That pitch misses high. So 2-0 count here. Sandoff. Sandoff takes that one high as well, so 3-0 count now.
A birthday base would be nice here.
Oh, and he takes that pitch high for a strike. Looked very similar to the one before, but that one able to find the zone. Takes that one outside, so he will take the walk. And that brings up number 5, Jack Kennedy. Kennedy so far played a really good game. My goodness, sunset over there is very pretty. So Kennedy with the runner on first, no outs. Takes that first pitch high and away. They try the bag pick. Sandoff gets back in time. So 2-0 count. It's Kennedy. 1 out. That pitch finds zone for a strike. Similar pitch there as that one finds zone, so 2-2 now. Sandoff still at first and 1 out. And he hits that one to center field. Center fielder sitting under that one. And so that'll be the second out. And that brings up number 19, Will Hafferkamp.
Looked like the center fielder may have lost her, or just like maybe he was calling for her. I don't know. Look,
he kind of ran forward his first couple steps and realized that that ball was carrying a little bit further than he initially thought. Had to take a couple steps back, but he was able to cover. So that first pitch finds the inside part of the zone. First strike 1. That off speed finds the zone as well. So 0-2. Hafferkamp quickly. That pitch is low, and Sandoff's going to take second. Bounced in the dirt and off the catcher's chest. So runner on second now. 1-2 count to Hafferkamp. 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. Score is 10-1. Cougs played very, very well offensively. Haverkamp hits that one well off the middle.
Nice stop. Just got away
Yeah.
from
Sandoff's going to go home, and he will score. So Will Haverkamp gets another run across. The score is now 11-1. Cougs extend their lead to 10 as Haverkamp will be on first. So yeah, Flash Ferguson out there full on Superman dive. Able to get a little bit of the glove on it, but not able to fully get it in. If he was, that would have been a really tough play. He would have had to throw it pretty much while he was laying down if he was going to get Will. Garrett takes that first pitch inside for a ball. And that pitch finds the middle part of the zone. 1-1 now. So Cougs these last 2 innings doing damage with 2 outs. I don't want to say I spoke that into existence, so I'm just not. As that pitch is low, Garrett takes on it, or yeah, Garrett leaves it. So 2-1 now. He swings and hits that one high to the first baseman. And that will be caught. So the inning will end. 1 runner left on, but 1 comes across. Scores 11-0. Your Cougars up as we head into the bottom of the 7th. This is China Spring Baseball with China Spring Athletics Broadcasting. And we are back here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Score is 11-1. And Eli Anderson still on the mound. Shane Rourke, this first batter up. As they've got quite the mountain to overcome if they want to send this game to extras. Both teams in their last series went to extras. Cougs versus Lampasas. And crap, I'm trying to remember. I don't have their last game, but they know the last series they did go into playoff.
Yeah,
or extra innings, sorry.
They lost the first game and then came back and won both of them.
Yep. Well, I'm pretty sure it went 3-2, then they lost, and then 2-3 as he swings and misses on that one. And then that last game, they kind of controlled it the rest of the way. So 2-2 count now to Rourke. And he fouls that one off to the right side into the bullpen. Hits that, never mind, hits the light up there. And bounces over to Westman.
Doink.
Mm-hmm. He swings at that one and fouls it over. Near the China Spring dugout, Coach Beckham getting his steps in. So he's jogging a real long way just to get that one. And that is another foul ball. That one might hit the light post too. Oh, it just missed it.
Just barely.
So Rorick's fighting for it. Trying to stay alive, trying to give his team opportunity to come back. And he fouls another one off. And he finally puts one in play. Haverkamp chases. Oh, put a good throw on it just through the glove of Sandoff. Had to stretch a little far out for that one. That one might have been off the tip of the glove. But either way, he will get to first. And that brings up Junior Perez. So runner on first now, no outs for the designated hitter. That pitches. Sandoff didn't pick it up cleanly. So that will be another error. So there will be runners on first and second. And that brings up the catcher, number 14, Nico Hart. So runners on first and second, no outs. Oh, and a big swing and miss there on the off speed. Hart tried to crush that one and he just whiffed. That fastball misses high. 0-1 now. Here's the 1-1. That off speed misses low. So 2-1 now to Hart. And he swings and hits that one well, Jack to Kennedy. So good reaction there. Get that line drive. So both runners stay. So Flash Ferguson comes up to the plate with one out and runners on first and second.
Double play would be great here.
That off speed misses low. Yeah, double play could end it. Ferguson swings through that one. Ferguson's done a great job so far today of just getting on base in whichever way he could, whether it's, drawing walks, getting base hits. He's been a bit of a difficult man to get out. So he swings through that one as well. So 1-2 now. One out, runners on first and second here in the bottom of the seventh. Cougs up 11-1. Ferguson fouls that one off. Just past Cougars bullpen. He swings and hits that one to center field. Huddy sits under it. And he gets that easily. Both runners stay. So down to potentially their final out. I say potentially because, you know, never know. They may break off. May have a 2-run rally of their own, break off 10 straight runs here.
Which would not be ideal at all.
No, that would be bit of a collapse.
Yeah,
you would say,
especially for the scoreboard because there's only 7 innings on there.
Mm-hmm.
Typically 9 on scoreboards, but
yeah. And that first pitch is hit into the gap, so 1 run's gonna maybe good throw there. It looked like they're gonna say that he got him. That one was close, but that will end the inning. So a great throw by David Bell out there in the. Out there in right field. So Cougs bring it home with the score of 11-0 here in the bottom of the 7th. As we will have game 2 tomorrow at 6 here in Caldwell. So, Brody, what do you think about that game there?
That game was a good game. Our bats kind of came alive. Kind of struggled last week against Lampasas, but I'm glad we got the bats going this game. Kind of was able to put up a lot of runs and multiple innings, so great game by the Cougars.
Yeah, Cougs did a good job of getting on base and bringing runs across. So, like I said, our game 2 will be played here in Caldwell at 6 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. So if y'all can make it, we'd love to see y'all come out here and join us to cheer on the Cougs. But if not, we will be broadcasting. So I just want to say thank y'all for sticking with us through all the broadcasting issues, and hope everybody has a great night. For Morgan Hensley and Brody Lewis, this is China Spring Baseball with China Spring Athletics Broadcasting. Have a great night, everybody.